Parshas Vayelech. This week's Parsha contains, among other things, a sentence. This is in Lamed Aleph Yud Tes, that's 31:19, that appears to have two prescriptions. That's two things that we have to do, and then a rationale. So let's look at it and figure out what it is. V'ata, and now, kisvu lachem es hashira hazos, write for yourselves this song. V'lamda es bnei Yisrael, and teach it to the children of Israel. Sima b'fihem, putting it in their mouths. Lama'an tihiyeh li hashira hazos la'ed b'nei Yisrael, so that this song can be, for me, a witness in or for the children of Israel. Now, what song are we talking about? Well, one of the first things we do when we look at a verse and we're not entirely sure, we turn to Rashi. I mean, we can try to figure out from the context as well, but Rashi is frequently helpful. And Rashi here says, Es hashira hazos ha'azinu hashamayim ad v'chiperad maso admo. So this is actually referring to the song that is in next week's Parsha, aptly named Ha'azinu, which is listen up. So in that Parsha, that's next week's Parsha, the Torah has extensive writing in poetic form. Ha'azinu is a very difficult Parsha to understand because the words are frequently, many of the words are unusual, and they're written in a form which is poetry. And if you see here, this is unlike, let's pick a random page here. Unlike something like this, which is just paragraphs, this actually implies more of a poetry structure. The structure itself of the presentation of the words implies poetry. We have other shiras. Most famously, perhaps, is Az Yashir, Moshe, Uvnei Yisrael, Sashira Azos. Then it's the Song of the Exodus. Then the children of Israel, together with Moshe, sang the song. And if you look at this over here, this is written in a somewhat different type, which is called, in the Gemara, it's called Yereach al Gabi Levena, which is the alternating brick-like structure of the phrase. And that also shows up in Shmuel Beis, a similar type of structure of Shira, and it's referred to as Shira. So Rashi convincingly says that the Shira that this verse in Parshas Vayelech refers to is the upcoming poem, which is that of Ha'azinu. Okay, except that there's a Gemara in Sanhedrin, which says, Af al pi shenich lo avosav la'adam sefer Torah, even though a person may have inherited a Torah scroll from his fathers, his ancestors, mitzvah lichtov mishalo. There's an affirmative obligation for an individual to write his own Sefer Torah, his own Torah scroll. Shenemar, as it says, now the proof text is quoting our verse, V'ata kisvu lachem es hashira hazos. It says, and now write for yourselves this song. So according to the Gemara in Sanhedrin, this song refers to the entire Sefer Torah. And the Hak'sav V'hakabala, citing both opinions, seems to side with the notion that kisvu lachem es hashira hazos, write for yourselves this song, applies to the entire Torah. Why would the Torah be called a song? So there, different commentaries suggest different attributes of song. One of them, the Ramban, says that it's something that has words, and during the breaks in the words, there is melody, or perhaps chanting, if you will. It seems to be, and we know as well that with ta'amei hamikra, with what is called the cantillation notes or the trup, that we actually do commit all of the words of the Torah to some type of nigun, some type of ta'am, some type of song, some type of melody. So melody and words. There are other commentaries suggest that the word shira is similar to the word shura, which is a line, like from the word yashar, which implies an order. There's an implication of precision, of consistency. Rav Gedaliah Schor is quoted as having said that the Torah is referred to as a shira because it's harmonious. In a song, you frequently have harmonies, and you certainly have the capabilities of harmony, and it fits together as a whole. And that goes back to the verse in Tehillim, Torah Hashem Temima, the Torah of Hashem is complete or perfect. Mishivas nafesh. It has an effect of settling the desire or the soul. So there's an aspect of it that is like song, can calm a person, fulfill a person, gladden a person. David HaMelech, King David, was known as being, besides the fact that he was a composer, he was also a musician on instruments, and he used to play a harp, and he even played it for King Shaul, and the Nevi'im, the prophets, were well known for engaging. This is in Sefer Shmuel, where Shmuel is telling Shaul that he's appointing him or designating that he's the king, and part of this is that he tells him, go join the prophets. They're coming down with various instruments and singing, and there the commentaries say that they sing because song is a way of becoming happy, and ein hashchina shora el mitoch simcha, that the divine presence only dwells on a person if he is happy. So song is a way of getting there. It's a device. The pasuk in Tehillim that we quoted earlier says, Torah Hashem Timyosh Mishivas Nafesh, Edus Hashem Nemona Machkimas Pesi, the testimony of God makes somebody smart. Pekudei Hashem Yisharim Mesamche Lev, the laws of God are straight. Yisharim, again, similar word, not necessarily identical. Mesamche Lev, they gladden the heart or the mind. So there is an aspect of the impact of song as well as the form and the structure of song. So the Torah is a song. Okay. Now, what does the Torah here, what does our verse say about this? Why write this song? It says, Lama'an, so that, this is the Torah telling you, sometimes the Torah shares the goal of a certain thing. This is Lama'an tiyel liashira zos la'ed b'vnei Yisrael, so that this song will be a witness, bivnei Yisrael, sometimes translated against the children of Israel, meaning if they veer off the path and they are punished, that they will have the Torah, the eternal Torah, as the witness that says, look, it says right here, if you veer off the path, this is what happens. You might view this notion of witness in a different way, especially when it's coupled with the notion of song, which is a song is something that we sing, we repeat it and its melody, and frequently, perhaps most frequently, we commit it to memory because of its unique features. And one of the benefits of committing something to memory is that it stays with you. It's like a witness. A witness is an observer who's not you, but observes you, is at your side. And it could be that the implication of writing the song, and it says, Sima b'fihem, place it in their mouths. They should go over it. They should chazer. They should repeat the song. They should have Torah festivals. And there's one other thing that you can do with music, which is you can have your own interpretation. It has to be within the structure. It has to be not aharmonious. It has to be consistent within the whole. But different performers will sing and perform different songs in different ways. Exact same words, exact same melody, but creating different feels. And the Torah is capable of being rendered in many different ways. Shivim panim l'Torah, there are 70 faces, if you will, facets of the Torah. The same verse can be interpreted in many different ways. Somebody else can give a shir on this verse and say something completely different than I am. The notion of the Torah as song gives us license to be creative, and we call those creations chidushim. And chidushim give people, both the people who come up with them and the people who hear them, gives them tremendous pleasure. There's one other thing about a song. Song is meant to be shared. I would suggest, and this is somebody told me that I'm prodding behaviors. So I'd like to prod a behavior. I'd like to suggest that everyone, man, woman, child, anybody who's capable, I'm picking a random metric here, once a week, say a Devar Torah to somebody. In other words, many people, fine people, good Jews, are appropriately addicted to Torah, and they listen to Shiurim. But not everybody shares the words of Torah. It would be a wonderful thing if we increase, many people do, but if we increase our culture of sharing Divrei Torah, to set for ourselves a goal. If you hear something nice, if you hear it, share it. Pick something that appeals to you or that you think will appeal to somebody else and share it with them. We can do tremendous things. We can bring the Torah alive. We can make the Torah sing, and we can sing with it. And ultimately, that song will bring us appropriate joy, gladness, and simcha, together with all of Klal Yisrael, and together with Hashem. Have a good Shabbos.